Good morning. Today's topic is inorganic growth. Well, the previous topic was organic growth. And before organic growth, we already started with growth. So growth is divided into organic and inorganic. So today we need to talk about inorganic growth. So when we talk about inorganic growth, it is a sort of integration between businesses which could come through merger and acquisition. So inorganic growth means integration, and integration could be merger or acquisition. So two or more businesses coming together to be one, or a business taken over by another business. So either of these ways, we're talking about inorganic growth. So we start with merger. So one type of inorganic growth is merger. And when we talk about merger, I wrote, this occurs when two or more businesses come together to operate as one. So merger occurs when two or more businesses, they come together to become one. That means company A, company B, company C coming together to become company A, B, C. That is a merger. So these three companies have come together to become one. Then we have acquisition. So when you talk about acquisition implies that a company has purchased another company. Company A has purchased company B to become company A. That is acquisition or takeover. So what are the reasons for mergers and takeover? So one, exploiting synergies. So when we talk about synergies, synergy occurs when the whole is greater than sum of the parts. When the whole is greater than sum of the parts, we call it synergy. So synergy simply means that the businesses that have come up together to join are stronger than the individual companies. That is what we mean by exploiting synergies. So company A and company B coming together to become company A, which becomes more stronger than company A or company B. That is what we mean by synergies. Then, so one of the reasons why a business would want to merge or acquire each other is to exploit synergy. And I told you what synergy is already. Synergy means the whole is bigger or powerful than the sum of the parts, which means two companies coming together to become one is bigger and more powerful and more efficient than company A or company B when they are separated. So company A, company B coming together to become one is so powerful, bigger, and more efficient than company A itself or company B. That is what we mean by synergy. So another reason why businesses will want inorganic growth or integration is because it is quick and easy way to expand the business. Here, what we mean by it is a quick and easy way to expand the business is that the resources needed for expansion are already made. So if business A and business B is coming together to become one, the resources are already there. So they only have to combine these resources, which makes it quick, unlike when we talk about organic growth. For organic growth, there won't be any resources from other businesses. But for inorganic growth, there are resources from different businesses which are coming together. 3, some businesses have cash available which they want to use. Buying another business is one way of doing this. So most of the time, some businesses, they have money, they have the financial capability, but they don't know where to spend the money on or what to spend the money on. So they could acquire businesses. So which means what they could finance another business. So by financing another business means the money they have, which is surplus, is being transferred to where it is needed. So this could also be a reason why the business is taking over another business. So the business is taking over that other business because that business has the financial capability. It has excess. It has surplus that it needs to spend. So spending it on another business would be one of the best ways to spend that money. 4, mergers take place for defensive reasons. So 4, mergers take place for defensive reasons. So when we talk about defensive reasons, it means a business might take over another business to consolidate its own position in the market. Remember, we talked about consolidation, which means a business coming together to become more powerful in the market. So if a business A could take over business B to consolidate its position in the market. So because business B has its own customer, it has its own market position. Business A has its own customer, it has its own market position. So business A might think merging with business B or taking over business B might consolidate its own position in the market. So that is what we're talking about here. Then the fifth one, globalization. With globalization means being able to operate in more than 2 or more countries. Globalization simply means the transfer of capital, the transfer of the transfer of capital, the transfer of money, the transfer of business worldwide or across borders. So with globalization, which is also another reason why a business might want to take over another business or merge with another business. So here I wrote globalization. As mergers or acquisition could allow a business to operate and sell worldwide. So with globalization, a business could be able to sell across the globe. So that's another reason why business A might think of taking over business B in Sri Lanka. So it allows business A, which is in Turkey, to be able to operate in Sri Lanka, which is where business B is. So these are the reasons why inorganic growth takes place, or integration. So now we go to integration itself. What is integration? Integration, I wrote, this is when a business joins together to form one. So businesses are coming together to form a whole business. So we have 3 types of integration. We have horizontal integration, we have vertical integration, and we have conglomerate integration. So we start with horizontal integration. So when you talk about horizontal integration, what does it imply? It implies that business A and business B are coming together because they are in the same level of production and in the same industry. So here I was, horizontal integration. This occurs when 2 firms that are exactly in the same line of business and the same stage of production join together. So, for example, we're talking about a cement company or a cement factory joining with another cement factory. So they are in the same level of production. So this is what we meant by horizontal integration. Then we go to vertical. So when you talk about, the benefit, before we go to vertical integration, what are the benefits of horizontal integration? So the benefits of horizontal integration. Yeah, so the benefits of horizontal integration. 1, they both have a common knowledge of the market as they both operate. So when business A and business B are coming together, because they do the same business, because they operate in the same market, they have the knowledge of the market. So there's no new thing that they don't understand in the market. So they understand how they understand the operations of the market. So it becomes easier for them to join. So that's what it means by horizontal integration. So business A and welcome, Mukhtar. Hello?
Restart.
So I'm talking about integration already. So for integration, integration means the joining of businesses together to become one. So we have 3 types of integration. We have horizontal integration, we have vertical integration, and conglomerate integration. So for these 3 integration, for these 3 integration, I'll take one at a time. So for horizontal integration means that business A and business B are coming together because they are in the same industry to become one. So it means, for example, Dajla bottled company, Dajla water, this is Dajla water, right? And another bottling water or water company coming together to become one. So this is what we meant by horizontal integration. Is it clear?
Yes.
So what are the benefits of horizontal? So what I'm saying is business A, that is a school, and business B, that is another school, are coming together to integrate. This is what we call horizontal integration. So what are the advantages of horizontal integration? Number one, business A and business C that are coming together, they already understand the industry. They already understand how the market operates. So there's no new thing for them. Is that clear? Is that clear, please?
Yeah.
Two, there's less likelihood of failure. Before two companies will come together to start thinking of merging or acquiring each other, they would have done the feasibility study. They would have been sure that their coming together would give more benefits than losses. So that means there will be likelihood, there will not be likelihood for failure. So I wouldn't want to join, business A wouldn't want to join business B if it is certain that joining business B would lead to failure. They wouldn't even want to come together. So that's why we said another benefit of horizontal integration is that there's less likelihood of failure. Nobody would want to associate with a failing industry. No business would want to associate with a business that is certain to fail. So as a result of this, a business will come with another business because they are so sure that at the end of it all, success will occur. So that means there's less likelihood of failure. Is it clear?
Yes.
The third one, similar skills of employees. So for similar skills of employees, because business A, which is a school, and business B, which is another school, are coming together, they have teachers. So both schools have teachers. So there's possibility that they have already made teachers that have almost the same skills. So there's no need to introduce anything to them in terms of operation. They already know what they have to do. I mean the workers. So business A and business B coming together will have ready-made workers, ready-made staff or workforce that understand the operations of the business. Is the third one clear?
Yeah.
And the fourth one, less disruption. There won't be interference because they already know the business itself. They already know what they need to do. The management knows what to do. The workers knows what to do. So there won't be interruption or interference. Is it clear?
Yes.
So we go to vertical integration. So when I talk about vertical integration, this integration occurs when firms in different stage of production come together. That means firms in different stage of production coming together. Maybe a firm in the primary sector of a business, in the primary sector of the operation, and a firm in the secondary sector of the operation coming together. So they are not always in the same stage of production. That is why we call it vertical. Do you understand what vertical is here?
Yes, sir.
So that means two firms that are not in the same stage of production. I'm talking about, when you talk about stages of production, you're talking about the primary stage, the secondary stage, the tertiary stage. So if a business in the tertiary stage is coming up, is joining together with a business in the secondary stage, that is vertical integration. If a business in the secondary stage is joining up with a business in the primary stage, it is also called vertical integration. So for vertical integration, we have forward vertical and backward vertical. So what's the difference between forward vertical and backward vertical? Here I wrote, for forward vertical, this is where a business joins together with another that is in the next stage of production. So I'm going to take an example I'm going to cite an example. A pharmacy, you know a pharmacy, right?
Of course.
A pharmacy. Where you could buy your medicine, a pharmacy.
I know, yeah.
Okay. So if a pharmacy like Sharif Pharmacy in here comes up or joins with, because we want to talk about forward vertical. We know Swiffer. Let's talk about a company that builds that manufactures drugs or medicines. Let's talk about Swiffer.
What's that?
let me find a very popular one. A company that manufactures medicines, like I'm trying to find one that is popular. Just tell me one of these companies that develop the vaccine.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, just give me a name of one company that developed the vaccine. I forgot the names, you know. A company that developed vaccine. I forgot all these names. Okay, a pharmaceutical company like Roche. Roche is a pharmaceutical company. It develops vaccines and makes some medicines, like paracetamol or Panadol. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say a Panadol company, the company that makes Panadol, a company that makes Panadol, and the pharmacy that sells Panadol. Are you with me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if a company that sells, a company that produces Panadol integrates with a company that sells, the pharmacy that sells Panadol, we call it forward vertical. Do you understand what forward vertical is here? Forward vertical means a company is integrating, a company is joining up with another company in the next stage of production. A company that produces Panadol is in the primary stage, is in the secondary stage of production, because it converts raw materials into finished goods. Are you getting it, please? A company that produces Panadol is in the secondary stage of production, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The pharmacy company or the pharmaceutical stock that sells Panadol is in the tertiary stage of production.
Yeah.
So a Panadol company taking over a pharmaceutical stock that sells Panadol is what we call, is an example of forward vertical. So the Panadol company is in the second stage of production. The pharmaceutical company is in the tertiary stage of production. So the company that produces is taking over the company that sells. That is forward vertical. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then we have the backward vertical. When we talk about the backward vertical, a pharmaceutical company taken over by a company a company in the primary sector that extracts the roots that they use in making medicine. That is backward vertical. You know, plants are used to make medicines, right?
Herbs.
All right. So a company that extracts these plants is in the primary sector of production. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So if a pharmaceutical company is taking over a primary sector, a company or a company that extracts the plants they use in making medicine, that is what we call backward vertical.
Yeah, it's clear.
So that is in the previous stage. A company is taking over in the previous stage of production, backward vertical.
Yes.
A company is taking over a business in the next stage of production. We call it forward vertical. Is it clear?
Yes.
So these are the types of vertical integration. I said we have forward vertical, which means a business is taking over a business in the next stage of production, and we have backward vertical, which means a business is taking over a business in the previous stage of production. Then the third type of integration is conglomerate. So for conglomerate, what does a conglomerate mean? It is a very large business organization which owns other numbers of businesses. So a very large business having different kinds of businesses in all the sector of production is what we call conglomerate. So an example I'm going to make is Tata. Tata is from India, Mumbai. Tata is a company owned by someone in India. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So Tata has consultancy service. Tata has, there's Tata Motor, there's Tata Motor, there's Tata consultancy service, there's Tata Power, there's Tata Teleservices. So all these are conglomerates. It is owned by Tata Group, but it has different businesses in all the sector of production, in all the stages of production. That is what we mean by conglomerates. Is conglomerate clear?
Yes.
So it means a business that has other businesses in different stages of production. Any question about integration here?
No.
I'm quickly going to recap integration. Integration means the coming together of two or more firms to become one. So we have three types of integration. We have horizontal integration, vertical integration, and conglomerate. When we talk about horizontal integration, it means two or more firms are coming together because they are in the same stage of production. We have vertical integration, which means two or more businesses are coming together, but they are not in the same stage of production. And we have two types of vertical integration. We have forward vertical, which means a business is taken over by another business in the next stage of production. We have backward vertical, which means a business is taken over by another business in the previous stage of production. Then we have the conglomerate, which means a business having different kinds of businesses in all the sectors or in all the stages of production. Do you have any question about that? Any question, please?
No.
Okay. So when there's integration, two things will happen during integration. There are financial rewards for integration and there are financial risks for integration. So let's start with financial rewards. So here I wrote, the main reason why reason why businesses join together is to improve the financial strength of a business and make more money. So when you are joining up with a business, when you are integrating, it simply means you want to boost your financial strength and you want to make more money. So what are those ways in which you can boost your financial strength? And what are those things you look up to as a business when it comes to financial strength? Number one, stakeholder benefits. So when you talk about stakeholder benefits, we already know who the stakeholders are. The stakeholders are those who have interest in the business activity. So what benefits them? When we talk about what benefits the stakeholders, one, we're talking about the employees, we're talking about the shareholders. So let's take these two stakeholders. A business might think of integrating with another, a business might think of integrating either through merger or acquisition so that it can make its stakeholders, like the employees, be more happier or make their shareholders to become happier or to be able to trust them further. So what will happen? What will happen here? A successful integration. If the integration is successful, it means financially you become more stable. And when you become more stable financially, you will be able to pay more, you will be able to pay more money to your workers. You will be able to increase the salary of your workers, and you'll be able to increase the dividends of your shareholders. This is what we mean by stakeholders' benefits. So if integration is successful, and a successful integration will allow a business to become more financially stable. And when a business is financially stable, it will be able to pay or increase the salaries of workers, which will motivate the workers. It will be able to pay more dividends to shareholders, which will in turn increase the shares of the company. Do you understand stakeholders' benefits yet? That is the first one. That is the first one about financial reward. Are you there? Are you there, please? Hello, are you there? Okay. Two, stronger balance sheets. When I talk about stronger balance sheets, here I was. With integration, the new company will have more assets and also the cash flow will improve. Another advantage or another financial reward that a business